Hello, this is John Frazier with Brainstorm Comics and Gaming. The purpose of this video service is to allow you to realize which books are coming out 3 weeks from now. Diamond, our distributor, allows us to adjust our books either up or down prior to that date. The books for this one are for May 1st. The idea is that you would let us know by this coming Monday whether or not you want want the books in your box. You can either let us know by calling us at the store at 301-663-3039, or you can email us at brainstormcomics@verizon.net. You can also go to our website earlier in the week, brainstormcomics.com, and we're actually providing the complete list of final order cutoff date books there. I'm also going over some things on there earlier in the week if you don't want to wait until Saturday for the video series. The final order cutoff date, for those that don't know, is a service that Diamond allows us to adjust books either up or down. Is to help stores make sure that they're not overspending, or also to ensure that they have the new hot book that everybody wants. So we wanted to provide a tool that allowed you to know which books were coming out. So let's get started. The first book isn't a comic book per se, it's a collected edition of the Umbrella Academy Volume 3. It's entitled Hotel Oblivion. For those who don't know, it's doing great on Netflix. They have a TV show on there. I know a lot of people are looking forward to the next season. A great way to fill the void for that is to pick up this trade paperback and see what's going on in the comic book series. The next one is Batman number 70, the variant cover. This one is done by Lee Yu. Like I said last week, he's doing some great stuff. He's always provided great art. The story for this one is Batman is trapped in Arkham Asylum. It's kind of a gladiator style storyline where he's trying to escape the asylum. Next up is Batman Damned, the hardcover, another collected edition. This one's actually advance solicited. This one won't be out May 1st. This one actually is coming out in September. It's got some great artwork by Lee Bermejo, and of course the controversy from issue number 1 has definitely created some buzz around that series. Next up is a series that people, I think, will be very, very interested in. It's called Deceased. It's written by the writer of Injustice. This one's kind of cool in that it's very similar to the Marvel Zombies storyline that they did a couple years ago. In this one, it's a technovirus that has turned 600 million people into violent killing machines. The variant cover is an homage to It by Yasmin Putri. The cover looks amazing. He's going to be doing variant covers, horror title covers for the entire series. Definitely check that one out. I think that you all will really enjoy those. Next up is DC's Year of the Villain. It's written by Brian Michael Bendis and with art by Jim Chung. This is a 25-cent book. We will probably be giving the regular cover out for free. They also have some great variant covers, though. Those we will be marking up, but this is supposed to set up the DC storylines for like the next year or so. Following that is the Harley Quinn variant cover by Frank Cho. This is an amazing cover. I really liked his series of covers that he's been doing with the villains. It's kind of a playful take on them. This one is Harley and Catwoman. As you can see in the video here, definitely a great looking cover. One that you may want to buy just for the cover. Justice League number 23 variant by Jerome Opeña. A great team cover on this one. I know it's not like a oh my god cover, but definitely a really, really cool looking cover. Following that one, we move to IDW. The title Eve Stranger number 1. This is by a writer and artist I'm not really familiar with myself, but the solicit is very intriguing. The solicit reads, "You have unlimited funds, a jet-set lifestyle, and extraordinary abilities, and your bloodstream is filled with nanobombs. The content of a syringe will deactivate them for a week, but also wipe out your memory. So what happens when you develop a sneaking suspicion that you're actually working for the bad guys? Eve Stranger, Amnesiac for Hire." I've been really enjoying a lot of independent books right now. This one sounds like it might be right up my alley. If you like independent books as well, you may want to check that one out. Another collected edition, Bitterroot Volume 1, Family Business. This has been a really great series. Image is doing some really great stuff all together. This one is about, this one has been optioned for a movie, so you may see it on your silver screens in the near future. The story is about the Sangari family who hunts monsters infected by hate, and they're attempting to cure them. However, some of the family has been killed, which has caused a division in their mission. Some people want to kill the monsters now, they don't want to cure them. The art has been very, very good. Story's been very, very good. Definitely check that one out if you have not been reading it. Then Image also is putting out Gogor #1. I've always been a fan of fantasy stories. This one looks like it's in that genre. The solicit for that one reads, from Ken Gehring, the writer of the acclaimed series Planetoid, comes an all-new ongoing series of wonderfully weird high fantasy. Deep underground, among the floating islands of Altara, the mystical Gogor sleeps. But trouble brews above ground as soldiers of Damas impose their will across the land. Now a young student named Armano must awaken Gogor and begin his quest to protect the culture of Altara. Like I said, I've always been a fan of fantasy books, so this one looks like it will be up my alley as well. Next up is a second printing of Amazing Spider-Man #18. It's got a Ramos cover, Humberto Ramos cover, pretty cool looking cover. Avengers No Road Home #7 has a second printing by Medina, same as the one above. If you want these, let us know. We can order as many copies as we want. We can ensure that it's in your box. Champions #5 has a Max Lim Battle Lines variant. I'm normally not a fan of the Marvel theme covers. I know I say that almost every week, but this one is, the Battle Lines ones are focused on a particular cover in like an action scene. This one is a Vision one. Looks very, very cool, as you can see in the photo. Major X #1 second printing has a Liefeld cover. The character did very well this week. The first printing is already, I think, going for like $8 or $9 on eBay. People are definitely excited about the character. So if you want the second printing, let us know. It has a different cover for it, as you can see in the picture. Next up, we have Punisher #11, Max Lim Battle Lines variant. Much like the Vision one I mentioned earlier for the Champions, this one is one of the best Frank Castle covers I've seen in a while. Very action oriented. If you're a fan of Punisher, Max Lim is doing some great artwork for these covers. Definitely check it out. Savage Avengers #1 hits the shelves. This is a new team. We should have plenty of copies of it, but definitely let us know if you are interested in it. The team consists of Wolverine, Venom, Elektra, and Punisher, along with Conan, who has joined the 616 universe, for those who do not know. This has 4 variant covers: the Simone Bianchi, the Scotty Young, the Lino Yu, and the Mike Deodato variants. My personal favorite of the 4 is Scotty Young's, but the other 3 are pretty cool as well. Hopefully you see the 4 different covers here on the screen. I think the one that will be most sought after will probably be the Simone Bianchi one, however. So let us know whether you want one of those in your box. Next up is Spider-Gwen #8, the Nexon Battle Lines variant. Fans of Green Goblin, I think, are going to want this cover. I've always been a fan of covers that add perspective. This one has like the pumpkin bombs coming towards the reader. I've always been a fan of that type of cover. Next up is Star Wars Age of Republic Han Solo. There are 2 variants for this one. At the time that I did the post for the website, the covers were unavailable. Yasmin Putri and Gerald Perel are the names listed for the variants, however. They always provide excellent work. Hopefully we'll have those for the video if they are available by the time we post the video. If not, like I said, those are 2 names you can normally trust for excellent covers. Next up, we have War of the Realms #2 second print. Just like the other ones, we can order as many copies of this as we want. If you're interested in it, let us know. We normally order pretty low on second and third prints. If you don't want to miss out, let us know. War of the Realms #3 has 4 great variants for that one as well. I think there's actually more variants than that, but I wanted to spotlight 4 of them. My personal favorite is the Van variants that Horn is doing. The first one that he did for issue #1 was great. It's a 1 in 10 variant, so we will have a limited quantity of them, however. If you are interested in the complete set, let us know. Billy Tan's variant is a 1 in 50, so we'll only have 1 of those. Following that one is the Hugo variant, which is a 1 in 25, so we'll have 2 of those. And finally, the Chichetto cover is an order all you want, so if you let us know, we can guarantee that one will be in your box. Next up is War of the Realms, Journey into Mystery #1, the Raza variant. This is a 1 in 25 variant, and to me it's an absolutely beautiful cover. Take a look at it in the video here. I think you'll be impressed. I think that there will be a lot of heat behind this one. Raza is doing some amazing pieces, definitely some good looking stuff. Next up is Spencer and Locke 2, number 1. This is the sequel series to the first miniseries. This is kind of like a twisted take on the Calvin and Hobbes strip, where the Calvin character and Hobbes character are now police detectives. It's kind of like a gritty, they're older and working as detectives to solve crimes. So if you like gritty stories, definitely check this one out. Here's the solicit for this one. Suspended by internal affairs, Detective Locke grapples with demons of his past alongside his trusty partner, his childhood imaginary panther, Spencer. But when Spencer and Locke face a scarred soldier named Roach Riley, will this unlikely pair finally meet their match? So again, if you like the kind of gritty stories, this may be up your alley. Next up is Descendant number 1. This is by Aftershock. One of my favorite themes in not just comics, but movies, TV shows, books, is conspiracies. This one definitely focuses on that. A son of a senator has been kidnapped, which leads to the unfolding of a conspiracy that encompasses America's history and future. The solicit for this one reads as follows. Wanted, information as to the whereabouts of Jackson E. Miller, son of Senator Carter Miller. The child was kidnapped from his home in Washington, D.C. between 4 and 6 a.m. on Tuesday, March 1st, 2018. Address all communications to FBI Representative Joanna Hernandez, writer Stephanie Phillips, artist Evgeny Bornikov, sorry if I've massacred that name, or letterer Troy Pateri. All communications will be treated in confidence. Please no more calls about secret government conspiracies or ancient cults. Conspiracy theories, government corruption, and a really good mix of prints drives David Corey to help the mysterious disappearance of a famous politician's son. When David realizes the truth is much more dangerous than a kidnapping, he must battle ancient secrets that have endangered the lives of children for centuries. The conspiracy-fueled adventure story looks at a darker side of American history through the eyes of an unlikely team of heroes. If they fail, the American government and its people may not survive. Lastly, we have Fallen World number 1 by Valiant. They're adding more and more fans to their books with each week that goes by. They have some movies coming up. The Bloodshot one with Vin Diesel. In this one, Rye and Bloodshot must coexist long enough to save humanity. So this one is one that you may want to look out for, especially since it's written by Dan Abnett, a writer who's familiar with building different worlds. So those are the ones that we were focusing on this week. If you want to see the complete list of the final order cutoff date books, like I said, go to our website, brainstormcomics.com. We have a full list on there. There's definitely some other good books as well. Those are the ones that we just chose to spotlight this week. Again, if you want to add a book to your subscription list, you can either email us at brainstormcomics@verizon.net or give us a call at 301-663-3039. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you had some fun.